G'day guys, and today Shorty and I are going to have a bit of a chat about who we think is the best forward of the modern era. And by forwards I mean key forwards.
The big power forwards.
The big power forwards, whatever they are these days. Sorry we didn't upload a video last week. Shorty decided to throw a bit of a house party, which was quite a nice night, mate, I must say.
Nice night, it was a good night.
I quite enjoyed it. A bit patchy, the memory, unfortunately, but...
I definitely enjoyed it, but so did I.
I think everyone did. It'd be a bit disappointing if they didn't.
Even our number one fan, Zach Bond.
Zach Bond.
He loved it.
Alright, I'm glad he did, and he pretty much tipped me over the edge
He did,
with the drinking game. But anyway, back to the real stuff. Alright, we'll go with you first, Shorty. Who do you think is the best key forward of the modern era?
Matty Lloyd, mate.
Lloyd!
It's hard to go past him, even though he did, but still. Yeah. That's right, he kicked 926 goals from memory. Extreme accuracy as well.
It was awesome.
And the thing I like probably the most is that he sort of started his career when, you know, those big bags that we love to see were getting kicked all the time. I think he kicked 13 when he was only 21.
And I think that was his best haul, yeah.
Yeah, and he's got, like, you know, stacks of 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, you know, list goes on. But then as the game sort of moved into that era where that wasn't as easy to do, and zones and the flood and all things like that, he struggled for a little bit and people sort of started to write him off. By a little bit, I mean, I think it was a year or so.
Yeah.
And then he sort of reinvented himself, moved up the ground and found more of the footy. And yeah, really turned his career around and added on a couple extra years there. So that was really impressive. But I think off the top of my head it was 5 All-Australians. Led the goal kicking for the Bombers like 12 times.
That's exceptional.
Yeah, exceptional stuff. And 2000 was impressive with the premiership. You know, he dominated that year. He's a couple of century hauls in the goal kicking, and his final series in 2000 was great. He had 15 goals in the 3 matches.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 4 in the grand final. So yeah, it's hard to go past him with, you know, those amount of goals and things like that, albeit it's slightly weighted because he played in that era for a little bit that had so many goals for the big power forwards. But
yeah, we defined the modern era from 2000 to 2014. I mean, technically Wayne Carey played, but we can't really put him in that category. He kind of retired in 2003 or whatever, so yeah, go on, mate.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, mate. I've gone for Matty Lloyd. I mean, take a grab, kick a goal. He got a car for both of his efforts at certain periods throughout his career. So exciting player, and you know, he's a jet. Not much more you can say. He's my man for the modern era.
No, that sounds pretty good. Did he kick the most goals at Etihad / Telstra Dome / Colonial Stadium?
I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did. I know he had that record at some point. Whether it's been broken, I'm not 100% sure, but he certainly had it at one point.
I think Stephen Milnes challenged as well, maybe. Not quite sure there, but...
he's right up there either way.
Well, they do have an end named after him. So
yeah.
You'd like to think that's good enough, that's a reason, so yeah.
Yeah, but who's your man, mate? Who have you gone for?
I've gone for Matthew Pavlich, so a couple of Matthews, you might say.
Yes.
Absolute jet. He can play pretty much anywhere. He's played 313 games to this point in time, so Lloyd, he obviously retired in 2009, sort of that was at the end, and Pav still playing at this point in time, probably has a year left in him, sort of nearing towards the end of his career, 32 years of age, unfortunately. Well, if you're a Fremantle supporter, maybe if you're not.
Yeah, he'll leave a very big hole in their forward line.
Oh, definitely, yeah. They need to get something going on there, but that's for Fremantle to worry about. 313 games to this point in time, and he's kicked 629 goals, so that's an exceptional effort, and he kicked best of 72, which I think he did in 2007. So, yeah, and he's just been such an influence, and when he's played well, Fremantle usually, you know, get the job done.
Yeah.
He's kicked plenty of bags. I think 9 is his best effort, which was against Carlton in 2005, so he certainly packed in that day, and probably the MCG as well. He loves playing He loves playing the MCG, did a little bit of a look, and I think he's kicked 82 goals in 30 games, so if you want to break out the calculator, it's 2.7 goals a game, or nearly 3 goals a game, so...
Which is bloody impressive over that many games.
Oh, absolutely, mate. I mean, away from home, it's not never easy for a big forward to sort of assert themselves, so yeah, he's also won 6 All-Australians. amazing effort because they've been pretty much everywhere on the ground. Like he's one of them at full back, full forward.
Not many would know that full back, I don't reckon.
No, I couldn't believe when I found out, and I think he's even had one in the midfield, and he's played in the midfield over his career, and I just love him for his versatility to be able to have the endurance, strength, capacity to do that kind of thing.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the Dockers would have loved two of him, that's for sure. And at his peak, he could quite easily mix it in the midfield and up forward. I mean, that's how good he was. Some of those goals that he kicks booming out of the centre.
Yep.
Capping it with a brilliant celebration is pretty good stuff.
He loves the captain's goal. I think 36 possessions is his best effort. And I think that might have been probably a couple of years ago. Wouldn't exactly remember when, but it's a good effort.
Yeah, very good effort. Very good effort.
And he's won 3 Ross Glendinning medals, which is the best man on the ground in the Derby clash. So, and I think both of them, 2 of them were in 2008. So did very well to win on both occasions there. He's been the captain in 2007, and he still is at the moment. So it's a stunning achievement.
Yeah.
To lead the group for that long, I must say. And he's led the goal kicking 8 times. So he's just the complete player.
And he does lead from the front too, doesn't he? Like,
oh, yeah.
Especially the
Proud
Dockers that sort of, find it hard to win finals and even make finals. And he's really stood up in some big finals. One I remember quite well, but, he's tore us up once and, he's had some poor finals like everyone has, but he certainly loves to lift the side and always gives his absolute best.
I'm assuming you're referring to the 2012 final, mate?
You know what I'm referring to, mate.
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't say he tore us up in the 2013 one, but we'll go with that one.
He was fantastic in the one we are referring to.
Even though he was injured, whatever that meant. But we'll move on to who we think is the best power forward now. We'll go with you first, mate, as usual.
Yeah, Buddy Franklin. I think he's an absolute star, like many people think he is. It's pretty tough to argue. I mean, him and the man you are going to say, it's tough to split him, but I've gone Buddy just for that absolute X factor that he has, and maybe for what he's built and done over quite a few years as well.
Match winning capacity.
Yeah, and I think he showed it this year once he really got settled into the Swans. He just played some unbelievable cameos and some of the goals he kicks. He's just a walking highlights reel.
Yeah.
He does everything. He even improved his overhead marking, which was one criticism on him, because he's the most agile and most dangerous key forward on the ground there is in the game,
sure
possibly
is.
Of all time. Who knows? But
yeah,
look out. So I don't think he'll be dropping off anytime soon. But he's my number one man for the moment. And you are going to go with
Jared Ruffett at the Hawks. He's an absolute gun. He just kicks goals. I mean, 6 goals against Port Adelaide in the preliminary final in 2014, or this year, you could say. Yeah. And I think he kicked 5 in the grand final as well. So he had an unbelievable final series. Yeah. And what's so good about him is he can just go anywhere. He can fill a role down back. He can go into the midfield, win a clearance. He can kick goals from clearances. And I reckon he's underrated to a degree. I don't know how much the radio or the TV really pumps him up, because I wouldn't say see heaps of Hawthorn games, but he really can win matches for Hawthorn, and I guess most power forwards can.
Yeah, exactly. I think in Buddy's absence, he rose to that sort of task. So a few question marks how it would go, but he's had a career best season. Yeah,
he's been exceptional. We'll move on to the future though. You posed the question to me, who do we think is going to be the next best key forward, maybe in the next 10 years? Who have you gone with?
Yeah, it's always interesting to have a bit of a prediction. It's pretty tough to say.
It's good fun.
Yeah, it's good to chat about because, it's easy to talk about what's happened and sort of summarise that, but you make your money by having some reasonable predictions, I think.
We don't get too much money, but it's good anyway. Go on.
Yeah, well, I've gone Jeremy Cameron, and it was a bit of a tough one. Like, we floated quite a few names, which we'll probably touch on, but yeah, he just has that genuine ability and absolute football class. I feel like had a poor year this season, or poorer, but mainly due to, I think, a few injury niggles and things like that.
Maybe a couple of ankle issues.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah, the ankle. Yeah, you're right. So, but I think he'll be back once he gets over that, and he's shown that he's not one-dimensional, and now that Boyd has gone, and Patton is injured at the moment and will be, I think there won't be that struggle for who's going to be the main man.
Yeah,
I think it will
exactly.
be Cameron now, or at least until Patton returns, and then they might be a duo, which, that can work. Where when there was three, there was that argument that he might play up the ground because he's more agile. But
Yeah.
I think he will be an absolute superstar, and Adam Tomlinson is another man. He's a bit left field, but I really like the look of. I think if he gets a good run at the Giants, he could play pretty good footy as well.
He's going to have a breakout year this year, according to you, mate. Is that right?
Yes.
Next year, I should say.
I pumped him up a bit. I think a bit of a smoky, but
Nice.
yeah, there's quite a few going around. But Jeremy Cameron is the man I'll lock in to tear the comp apart in the next 10 years, if you like. Yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah. Who are you gonna lock in?
I'm going with Tommy Lynch from Gold Coast. He had arguably a breakout season. I think he kicked 46 goals. And what he's really been able to prove in his game is, his overhead contested marking. He's just been absolutely amazing to watch. Not that I see a heap of Gold Coast games, but when you see a few highlights, he sort of features there. And I think he kicked a bag of 5 against, well, it was against GWS, but still he kicked 5, and that's his career best, and I can only see him getting better. So he's a big man at 199 centimetres, I'm pretty sure. And Gold Coast are only going to get better.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be a bit of a smoky to really improve. I think he's around 21, 22, so
Yeah,
been exciting few years for Gold Coast if he stays.
the two expansion clubs, just the two key forwards there that we predicted.
Yeah.
Look out.
They're making a mark.
Yeah, I think Tex Walker was another one we sort of floated. He's still 24, I think, and Gunston was another one.
Yeah, he'll be right up there, I
I
think.
feel like there might have been a couple others we mentioned, but that was sort of the main fear. Of course, Jonathan Patton and Tom Boyd, the other fellas that we've sort of touched on. But yeah, they're few and far between, the big key forwards. Joe Danaher could be another one.
Yeah.
But a few exciting players there.
No, it'll be intriguing to see how the next 10 years unfold.
Yeah, we'll have a look at this video in 10 years.
It's a long time, but it's hopefully we get it right. It'd be nice if we do.
Yeah.
Pat ourselves on the back. So
Definitely.
yeah, those are some of the thoughts from Shorty and myself on who we think's going to be, well, who has been the best key forward in the modern era, and who is now and who will be in the future. So looking at a few players here. So feel free to comment your thoughts or who you think's been the best forward at the modern era. So we've defined that as 2000 to 2014 and beyond, of course, and maybe now and also in the next 10 years. So feel free to do that, and also like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to us as well, that'd be great. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers, but we'll see how we go with that. So share it around to your mates and subscribe to us. And thanks very much for sticking around, and we'll see you guys all soon.